What if the biggest financial players weren't building America, but tearing it apart for profit? Not in some metaphorical trickle-down economics kind of way, but actually dismantling companies piece by piece, like some kind of economic Lego vultures. Well, buckle up, because that's the uncomfortable truth this video is going to unpack. We're diving deep into the world of private equity, and spoiler alert, it's about as pretty as a dumpster fire at a sewage plant. This, my friends, is Plunder, and it's a story of how a shadowy corner of finance is hollowing out companies, destroying jobs and rigging the financial system, all while sipping champagne in their ivory towers. Private equity is not just investing, it's extraction. And trust me, you're going to want to know how this whole scheme works. So, what exactly is private equity? Well, imagine a pack of wolves in bespoke suits, hungry not for flesh but for money. These firms operate in the shadows, buying up companies with borrowed money, like some kind of financial leverage-fueled shopping spree. They swoop in, promising efficiency and growth, but what they're really after is your company's assets, the economic equivalent of your vital organs. They load these companies up with debt, like strapping a donkey with an anvil, then bleed them dry, extracting every last penny of profit. And when the company collapses under the weight of this financial burden, well, they just move on to the next victim, leaving behind a trail of shattered businesses and unemployed workers. The playbook for private equity is depressingly predictable. They buy a struggling business, often one with a recognizable brand and loyal customers. Then the efficiency experts arrive, armed with spreadsheets and buzzwords. Translation: time to gut the workforce. They fire employees, slash wages, and cut corners on quality, all in the name of maximizing short-term profit. It's like watching a pack of hyenas devour a gazelle, except instead of blood and guts, it's pensions and healthcare plans. They squeeze every last drop of value out of the company, leaving behind a hollowed-out shell. And the worst part, they often profit even when the company they fixed goes bankrupt. They win, everyone else loses. Think you're safe from the private equity reaper because you don't work for some massive corporation? Think again. This isn't just some abstract financial game. It has real-world consequences for all of us. Remember that local grocery store that closed down, or the rent that suddenly skyrocketed? Yeah, private equity might have had a hand in that too. They've infiltrated essential services like healthcare, housing, and even funeral homes. Because nothing is sacred when it comes to squeezing out profits, they jack up prices, reduce competition, and degrade the quality of services, all while lining their pockets. Private equity affects everyone, even if you don't see it. Now, you might be thinking, surely someone is keeping an eye on these guys, right? Well, that's adorable. You see, private equity firms are masters of the political dark arts. They spend millions lobbying politicians, ensuring regulations are toothless and loopholes are wide enough to drive a fleet of yachts through. They've mastered the art of legalized bribery, showering politicians with campaign contributions and then whispering their legislative wish lists in their ears. It's enough to make you wonder if our elected officials are working for us or for the highest bidder. Wall Street money shapes the rules in its favor. Chapter 5. So is the situation hopeless? Are we destined to be ruled by these financial overlords? Not if we have anything to say about it. We need to drag these practices out of the shadows and into the harsh light of day. We need stronger regulations, increased financial transparency, and maybe, just maybe, a little bit of good old-fashioned public shaming. We need to break up these monopolistic firms and empower workers and consumers. The financial system is rigged, but change is possible. Chapter 6. This isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet, it's about people's lives. It's about the erosion of the American dream, the widening gap between the haves and the have-nots, and the unchecked greed that threatens to consume us all. Plunder is a wake-up call, a rallying cry for anyone who believes in a fairer, more just economic system. It's time to stop the plunder and start building an economy that works for everyone. Chapter 7. So what can you do? First, educate yourself, read Plunder, share this video, talk to your friends, family, and even that barista who makes your latte just the way you like it. Because this affects all of us. Then get involved. Support organizations fighting for economic justice, contact your elected officials, and demand change. The financial system is rigged, but change is possible. Subscribe, like, and share this video for more content on financial justice. Together, we can make a difference.